Hi everyone, welcome back to the Meet the Member from FPSA. Here today is Helen from Bollin Label Systems. Helen, my first question for you is, who are you as a company?
Bollin got their start back in 1912 when Gilly Bollin opened a neighborhood grocery store here in Toledo, Ohio. He and his two sons, Jerry and Harry, oversaw that grocery business with him. And then up until about 1969, in 1969, Jerry Bollin started Bollin Distribution Company, which filled the need at that time for carpet cleaning products in the local retail grocery sector. Recognizing that there's a wide need and a variety of pricing systems that retailers were using then. Bollin Distribution started to diversify, adding labels and tags and label guns to their offering. That way, customers could price their product and things of that nature. It was sometime at that point in the late 1970s when Bollin bought their first tabletop press. And would start doing die cut labels, pricing labels for, let's say, $1.99, things like that, that retailers could put on their meat products and things in their bakery sections and stuff like that. And then it just grew from there. So, we've been pretty successful just kind of capitalizing on, what our customers need and growing with them. And there's where we are today.
Oh, that's terrific. It sounds a great history. So my next question for you is, how have you made a difference for a customer?
Oh, there's so many to name, to think of specifically, but what comes to mind right now is, we grow with our customers. That's our main key to success. We're a small family company, and we understand the needs of the food and beverage industry. We understand customers on a small scale, startups, customers that, have a family recipe for a salad dressing or a salsa or something like that, that they're really excited about, but they don't know what they want their brand to look like. They can see it in their mind, but they can't put it on paper. They don't know where to go to for nutritionals and ingredient statements. We help our customers, put them in the right context, to get that stuff achieved for their brand. There's many times where, our art department in sales and the customer will sit down and kind of conceptualize, what's their brand story, what they want that to look like, and then we kind of just collaborate. Some of the labels that you see on the screen right now, started that way, and it's a small kitchen, and now they are, in regional grocery stores in many grocery store chains across the country, and it's kind of a good feeling to know that you had a hand in that branding, as it was just at the birth of that brand. So a lot of times other print houses, that's too much for them. That's too much to invest in a customer that's small. They don't see the potential of where that customer can go, and a lot of times we'll turn those customers away, but they just want to print a label and be done with it. And we understand many of the food processing challenges that customers are facing, with moisture resistance, temperature requirements, and versatility of packaging, especially now with supply chain issues. A lot of our customers have to pivot. They had, they used to use pre-printed containers. Now they can't get that container. Or they used to use a pouch, and now that pouch isn't available. How can we adapt their label to fit their packaging and their needs in a very short amount of time? So.
Now, if I was getting started, I would definitely go to you guys, and sounds great. The pivoting has been with the supply chain issues and the retail issues that we've seen out there. It's great to hear that your company can help the customer like that. So my last question for you is, why does your company rock?
Oh, there's a lot of things of that too. I think I can go back to saying that we just try to go above and beyond for our customer, and no customer is too small for us. We just try to do the best we can, and take every customer challenge as our own, and how we can accomplish that hurdle with our customer. How can we grow with them, and we're always going above and beyond. What can we do? We learn from those challenges. Not only does our customer have someone that can help them, but how can we learn and make Bollin better every day by crossing that hurdle with our customer, between tight turnaround times, or if there's been challenges where customers have lost their main supplier and are in a really bad, a bad situation with no labels and product, as perishables, they have a short shelf life and they need to get that stuff turned around quickly. So, as small as labels may seem, you could shut down a production line and just have perishables sitting there and not getting out to the consumer. So we just treat every problem that a customer has as their own, and try to walk through the fire with them and get them out safely. So
No, that's terrific. And I know when it comes to customer service and performance of your product, it sounds like your company's a top-notch place to go to.
I feel that we are. I mean, from top to bottom, and all the way through the company, from customer service to production, to our warehouse, accounting. Everybody is all in. Like I said, no problem is too small, and we try to get through it together. And I'm really proud of that. I'm proud of our team. We have some great people working for us. We have a great family environment, and we treat our customers as family. So.
Yes, that's great. Well, thank you, Helen, for joining us today. And for all the FPSA members out there, just like Helen and her team, we're really proud to help get the word out about these terrific companies. Thank you, Helen. And again,
thank you so much.